Okay, what I have here is probably one of the only ones, probably the only one on YouTube, and there's very little information on them on the online. This is a Aeon ARC-65, an arc-65 military aircraft radio transceiver. It's about the size of a depth charge, about 2 feet long by a foot and a half wide. I would say it probably weighs 50 pounds. It's sealed with this locking ring. I took the locking ring off. It's got a pressure point on here, a Schrader valve, so it probably was inerted with nitrogen at one time. And these were on B-36 bombers and other bombers of the early 1950s and 60s. Maybe B-46s. I think a B-52 would be too new for this, but maybe not. I guess they made quite a few of them, but you just don't see them anymore for whatever reason. They're quite the thing. They're almost like a GRC-19, but made for an aircraft, much lighter, and there's a control head that goes with them. I don't have the control head. I don't know what that is. Maybe that's a destruction charge or something. I don't know, self-destruct device. I have no idea. Resistor access door for motor service and okay, that's fan and motor and stuff. There's wires that go into this ring around the outside. I don't know why, but basically this thing would sit in a rack in the avionics bay of your aircraft. It's just a beat up thing from the outside. Sealing instructions, cap and case is full, compressed, then stop clamp ring. So yeah, there's a big gasket on here. So there's spaces where there would have been shock mounts on the bottom. But I'm going to open it up and show you what the inside looks like, because it's a very impressive piece of engineering. This is... oh, that's your antenna connector of one or test port, whatever. Transmitting antenna, receive antenna. There's a couple other BNCs down there, and then these are like for the... oh, that one's for the control head, and that one's for the power supply. So to have a working one of these set up would be pretty awesome. So let me pull it out. It's actually on sliders like Navy equipment. It's actually on rails. I don't know why I can't get it out any further than that, but we'll give it a try. Yeah, so there's a Jennings vacuum capacitor with a motor-driven gear assembly, motor-driven antenna tuner. It'll slide out more. Some sub-miniature tubes. You can see those are much smaller than the regular peanut tubes. More modular stuff on this side. AM775A ARC-21. Serial 3807. So they did make a lot of them. But for whatever reason, you just don't see them. I don't know if they just chucked them in the aluminum because it was easy or what. Let me see if I can get it out more so you can see more of it. Oh yeah, come right out. There's the shell. Had cooling fans in the bottom, and then it had like a honeycomb almost on the outside. And ARC-65 radio receiver. Nice heavy gasket around the outside. Yeah, it's seen some water, seen better days. I don't know if those are ferrite slugs that move in and out, or if these are just adjustments. It looks like they're just an adjustment. Modules. Different modules for different IFs or whatever. Some more miniature tubes. That's neat. I don't know what that is. Maybe someone can tell me what that is. It looks like a power resistor or something. It's definitely not a power resistor. It reminds me of a piece of babbitt, like a stick of babbitt that you would melt with a torch. Got a piece of lead here, piece of mica in between, a wire that goes to it, and no other wires that go to it. So I don't know what that could be. Chromalox. Unless it was something like a self-destruct thing. It's possible, I suppose. I've got a trancever. It's a, what do they call it? When they squawk the code. It's an aircraft transceiver. And it's got some knobs that you push that say self-destruct or something on it. So that could be some kind of a destruct thing. Could have like thermite in it or something that would burn up. Not sure what the heck that is. Or it's just a big resistor, I don't know. Here's the two main power tubes. Final amplifier. Ceramic tubes with the heat sinks. Motor driven final amplifier system. Motor driven vacuum capacitor. Now these modules have bail handles on them so you can pull them out, which is kind of neat. Very small tube shields on these small sub-miniature tubes. You don't see those very often. Usually see regular tube shields, but these miniature tube shields are kind of cool. Just like the big ones, but they're very small. The miniature tubes. That's okay back on there. This is power supply stuff. Transformers, chokes, capacitors. And oh yeah. Here we've got a nice neon bulb. Maybe that's part of a, what do they call it? A Wayne Bridge oscillator. Now this is neat. It's a variable resistor, a potentiometer, motor driven, linked via a gearbox. It's pretty cool. And now we're back to the other side that we've already seen those modules. But yeah, it's quite the thing. These must be these might be test ports. So there's one of these Chromalox devices on each side of the final amplifier. Oh, they're heaters to prevent moisture. That makes sense. The Navy used to do that on stuff. There's some kind of big power resistor that inhibits moisture infiltration. So yeah, Chromalox heater. It says heater on it right there. Not scuttling charges, not destruction devices, they're heaters. And so that's that side. Here's a view of the final amplifier system. The water damaged part. RCA, Radio Corporation of America. This unit was reconditioned during arc-65 modification. location of the oscillator radio frequency. Yeah. This is kind of neat. They just used regular banana jacks for this stuff, which is pretty cool. That tiny little high voltage thing, high voltage connector. It's kind of cool. You know what? These are the antenna inputs. That's cool because it comes off of the tuner. The capacitor goes through this is like almost like a lightning choke or something. It's a capacitor, and then it goes out, and then this is your shield. That's pretty cool. They use regular banana jacks, just plugs right in for the antenna because that's the RF output. Huh. Yes, sir. The arc-65, U.S. Air Force radio transceiver. It's essentially a GRC-19 made for the Air Force. Thanks for watching.